Hey y'all, Bay here bringing you Captain Tsubasa Dream Team, and today I would like to go over the new Valentine's Day's characters plus this Schneider. My usual evaluation. Let's go to the Excel right here. So, starting off with Valentine Pierre. Is he good? He is on the very right, and I'm doing a comparison between the 2018 national team Pierre, which is in the middle, and on the left is the very initial agility Pierre, who has the passive of 30% boost when Napoleon is around. So, as you can see, it's really easy. It's really, right when you see this, right, you know that this new Pierre is real offensive character. His defense is really crappy. It's all on the 7,000s. So you shouldn't expect anything from him as a defender. But if you look at him as an offender, when he's in the penalty box, he will have everything above 10k, and his shooting stats will be 12.6k. That's pretty damn strong. That is like Masao, Kazuo, yeah, people like that, the national team, that is. So they both have penalty area master as well, right? So comparing to other Pierres in the past, I think he's the most offensive Pierre in the game. He could shoot really strong, and he can also do dribble and pass as long as he is in the penalty box, right? And normally, characters that have penalty area master isn't that great outside penalty box. But if you see the mid cell where it says 9,533, 11,017, 9,669, this is the stats without his passive. This guy is already pretty damn strong without the passive, because his offense stats is like attack stats is almost like 22k, although he's a normal gacha character. So that is good, right? And what's bad about other penalty area master characters like Kazuo, Masao, people like that, is it's really hard to use them outside the penalty box because they become so weak. Well, their shots aren't that bad even from outside, but what's hard about these characters is since their dribble and pass is weak, like Kazuo and Masao, their pass and dribble outside the penalty box is like 7,000s. It's weak. So if you get caught by opponent defender outside the box, you're not gonna get to the box. But this Pierre, look at his dribble and pass. It's not bad. It's pretty close to 10,000. So even outside the box, he might be able to bring the ball in by himself. That is something really big for this characters that have this penalty area master passive, right? So I didn't think this Pierre was gonna be this good, but actually after looking at the details, I'm starting to think that this Pierre is gonna be really pretty good actually. And this, if you multiply this 12.6k shooting stats to his artistic overhead, it's gonna be, which is 475 at max, it's gonna exceed 60k. That is, if you remember my shooter ranking, he'll be in the ranking because that ranking was based on characters that exceed 60k. Yeah, so if you can exceed 60k today, he will be able to score off strong goalkeeper, I think. Yeah, of course, this guy's agility, so he'll have tough time against Fest Wakabayashi, of course, because this Pierre has disadvantage and Wakabayashi has non-Japanese killer and stuff like that. So, but yeah, in terms of the stats, I think he will be able to make a goal off top tier goalkeepers today with the stats. Yeah, so this guy is not bad, really. This guy's not bad. And especially for those who have national team Napoleon, this guy will be a great match with that Napoleon. And if you can make like agility European team 45%, it's gonna be super cool. It's gonna be super cool. So yeah, actually by looking at the details, he was way better than what I thought he would be. So yeah, definitely for those who are going with agility or European agility, this guy might be good. Yeah, but it's a normal gacha, so you don't have to go too hard on him, I think. If you can get him, just forget it for now. You'll someday get it for sure. It's gonna be in the normal transfer. So yeah. Okay? So that's my Pierre evaluation. And next up is Valentine's Izawa. Is he good? Well, I would say well, maybe because I'm going with skill team for global and Japanese team for my Japan account. I personally think this guy is the best out of all the new characters because this guy's interception stats is actually 3rd place out of all the characters that exist in the game. First is Dreamfest Show. Second is Dream Collection Pascal. And then 3rd him. 4th comes Dreamfest Cult. So this guy is good. This guy is good in terms of interception. Well, until I saw these details, I didn't think Izawa was a good interceptor because his main skill we knew was shot. And he was, yeah. So I thought he was going to be a shooter, but I knew if he was going to be a shooter, that he won't be like a super OP shooter compared to the existing like real good shooters like Clever or like Santana. Because he's Izawa, sorry to say, but right. So I thought he was gonna be something like mediocre, but looking at the details, he's actually not a shooter. He's a interceptor. He's 3rd place. I'm talking about only the original stats. If you put into account the passive that will boost the original stats, maybe he's not 3rd, but he's good. And like comparing to like Pascal, who's 2nd. Cult, who is 4th, and even Bunnak or Ishizaki Dream Collection, they all have auto intercept, right? So they don't get any stats boost. That means he is better than Fest Scout or Collection Ishizaki for sure when it comes to interception, right? So this guy is gonna be good. He's gonna be annoying for the opponent and good defender for your team. So for those who are going with Japanese team that has Dream Collection Ishizaki, like my Japanese account, with him you'll be able to have 2 auto interceptors. That is pretty damn strong with 60 or 70% activation rate. That is good, right? Even for those who are going with skill type, you can use him and it's gonna be really good. So yeah, for those who are going with skill or Japanese team, this guy I think is gonna really help your team out. So yeah, I would say this guy is must have. So yeah, I don't think as a shooter he's gonna make any goal because 10,700 today isn't that good, and he doesn't get any boost from the passive when for the shot. So yeah, don't expect too much for that. And also his shot is only 415 at max at level 99. Who would put their SSR black balls, precious SSR black balls, to 415 shot, right? And even when it reaches 415 level 99, if you multiply his stats to that, it only goes to 44k. 44k is like a shot for really strong strikers. So this is not good, right? So forget about his shot and just concentrate on his interception. And his interception, you can farm from Lee, like Fest Clever. It's the same thing. So you don't have to use your black balls to raise his thing, interception, although it's S. And as a skill, this is also 415, so it's not that great, but for a skill you could raise without using the SSR black balls, it's good, right? You know, so if you think of all that, those who are going with Japanese or skill type, this guy is something really good. That I personally think that way for this character. Yeah. Okay, so that's Izawa evaluation, and then next up is Zeno. So on the very right is this time's Gino, and on the very left is 2018 national team's Gino. It's the same red. And then next to that, the second one is Dream Collection Gino, and then the third one is the normal one-handed catch Gino. But I put that as a comparison. But this guy, I don't think is at the level compared to the rest three. because at max his catching stats will only be 44k even after the passive. So other ones are exceeding 50k. Yeah. So is this Xeno good? Well, I did the prediction, right? My prediction was pretty close actually. His overall stats he's a catching character, so his catch is 11,144, right? And his punch is almost 11,000. So he's pretty good on both, but he's a bit more dedicated to catch, right? So if you put the 20% boost for agility killer on top of this, he'll become 13.3k, which is like really good, like Green Salinas, or like, yeah, it's gonna be top tier character's stats level. But the thing is, like I said in the previous video, he is just too limited. This passive only activates against agility, who already has advantage against this Gino. So it's like plus minus 0. I don't know if this 20% is exactly the same as the advantage for type, but it's like the way to think about it is like that, right? It's like plus minus 0. So when the opponent is someone other than agility, it's like you'll have to fight against those characters with original stats without passive. So it's gonna be really tough. And even though you get the 20% boost against agility already has advantage on you. So I still think, even with this passive, agility characters, strong strikers will still, I think, score off this Gino. So I personally think this character will not replace top tier goalkeepers that you have, like Green Salinas, this 2018 Xeno, or like, I don't know, what have you, like Mueller or like Wakabayashi, Wakashimazu. I don't think this guy could replace those because it's too limited. And even if this is activated, you already start off from minus. So it only brings you up to like 0 or maybe a little bit of plus, I don't know. But yeah, so it's gonna be tough. And so if you think about that, right, I think this Xeno, the new one, is like Dream Collection Xeno, around the same. This Dream Collection Xeno at level 99 is like 50.7k. This new Xeno is also 50.1k when the passive is off, right? And when the passive is on, it's 60k, but it's limited, and like I said, blah blah, right? And whereas this Dream Collection Xeno, he has Catch Master. This doesn't directly boost his stats, but Catch Master is something good to have, right? Rather than not having it. So yeah, if you think about that, I would say this new Xeno is around the same as Dream Collection Xeno, or a bit slightly better, because when he's up against agility, at least you get 20% boost. So yeah, that's how I evaluate him. But you know, he is, if you think of him as someone better than Dream Collection, I guess you can say this guy is good for a normal gacha character. But like I said, I don't think he'll be able to replace other great goalkeepers. Yeah. Okay, that's Xeno. And last up is the Raid Schneider. How is he? Well, he's a raid character. Although it's a SSR raid, it's a raid. So his shot originally is only like 6,000, so it's not good. It's not like he'll be able to score off all the great goalkeepers that exist today. Even after the passive, even after the hidden ability, I think, hidden skills. Because as you can see, what I did is, on this list, his new passive is Japanese JY Killer, 25% boost. So when you do that, his shot will become 10,400. But if you look at him from a goalkeeper point of view, because you know this guy is really dedicated to shot, other stuff isn't that good, right? So I think what's most important is for you to look at him from a goalkeeper point of view, right? And when you do that, if you're JY goalkeeper, Japanese JY, that means it's only Wakabayashi or Wakashimazu, the really initial ones. Well, Wakabayashi recently got a hidden ability, so he was really boosted, but still, yeah, it's really limiting. But the thing is, his hidden ability has Wakabayashi Killer, which will boost his all stats by 30%. Plus, he has opponent minus 5% against Japanese players. Plus, he has own team German character plus 5%. That means, if you look at him from JY Wakabayashi, that recently got a hidden ability, he'll have not only the passive 25%, but also Wakabayashi Killer 30%, plus minus 5% for opponent Japanese, and plus 5% for own team German, right? That becomes 40% additional boost, right? So he already has 25% against Japanese JY, plus 40% on top of this. And when you do that, it's the very right. His shooting stats will become 14,639. If you are JY Wakabayashi, or yeah, Wakabayashi, this is his stat. So he's gonna be really strong only against that SGGK Wakabayashi, who recently got the hidden ability. Although he got really boosted, this Schneider is gonna be a beast against you. Okay? But that's the only goalkeeper that this Schneider will probably be able to score off from. Yeah, because I also made the one on the left versus Fest Wakabayashi. What if this guy goes up against Fest Wakabayashi? His stats, shooting stats will only become 11,700. Well, of course, as a raid character, 11,700 is strong, but Fest Wakabayashi could stop this. I think he can. I think he can. And how you calculate this is this guy's passive will not be activated against Fest Wakabayashi, right? Because it's JY Killer. Fest Wakabayashi is not JY, right? And so his hidden ability, Wakabayashi Killer, is gonna be on. All his hidden ability actually is gonna be on because he's Japanese and this Schneider is German, of course. So he'll have 40% boost. He won't have any passive boost, but he'll just have 40% boost. And with that 40, he'll have 11,700. And with this shooting stats, there are already today better shooters than this. So I don't think Wakabayashi, you can score off that Fest Wakabayashi with this stats. Yeah, even though this guy has type advantage, because Wakabayashi's passive will be activated and he's gonna be really strong. So even with this type of advantage, with this stats, it's gonna be tough, is my evaluation. So how to utilize him is, for those who have raised Fest Schneider Neo Fire Shot to level 99, it's gonna be hard for you to replace that to this. That's gonna be too hard. But for those who haven't, and who's going with like European team, whether mixed color or just red European or agility European or whatever, this guy is gonna be really helpful. Really helpful, because the thing is, this guy's hidden skill has opponent Japanese player minus 5%, or your team's German character plus 5%. So if you look at the opponent Japanese team from a German point of view, you get 10% plus minus, right? And if you're using European team like Müller, especially as a goalkeeper, whether 2018 national team or even the initial red or time attack green, it doesn't matter. If you're using German, you get 10% boost from the opponent if the opponent is Japanese. This 10% is like you're taking off the opponent's one team skill. 10% is that big, right? So like national team Müller is already like OP goalkeeper and he'll have additional 10. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. Today there are some hidden ability characters like Misugi or Nanka Tsubasa who does like minus 5% to non-Japanese. So it's like plus minus 0 using him. But still, this guy will really bring Müller to next level. So I think that's the best way to use him. For those who's already raised Fest Schneider, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Even if you're using Müller, I wouldn't do it because you'll lose one striker that you finally raised up to 99 or whatever. even 80 or 70, whatever. You know, it's too hard to get that off, take that off and bring this guy in. But if you haven't raised Schneider that much, then this guy could be an option. And if you're going with like European, why European is because then you'll be able to use other Germans like Kautz, Chester, Marius, and especially Müller. So these guys will all be boosted 5%, and if the opponent is Japanese, it's gonna be 10% plus minus. So that is gonna be super big. So this character, I frankly think, is not a character that will make a goal. It's a character that will boost your team and debuff opponent team. That's how you should use him. Yeah. So that's my evaluation for this time's new characters. I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe for those who haven't yet, and I'll be doing more gacha videos and stuff for this Valentine's. So please do subscribe and stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and bye.